Hey all, Jeremy, editor at shootingnewsweekly.com. I'm out here at Copperhead Creek Shooting Club in Marble Falls, Texas, where if you watched any of our videos, that is where we have been filming exclusively for the past 6 months. Copperhead Creek is a fantastic facility, and I actually just wanted to show that off. So I'm about to fly a drone up. We are in one of the short tactical bays, although we're usually in a 100-yard tactical bay behind me. But let's get that drone in the air, and then I'll give you a little walkthrough of Copperhead Creek's facility so you can see why it is one of the preeminent shooting destinations in Central Texas. All right, y'all, I'm going to voice over this video. As we enter Copperhead Creek Shooting Club, that road coming from the left is how you drive in. That covered roof we're looking at in the middle is the 100-yard bay. There are targets at 50, targets at 100, a bunch of covered bays. That's Tactical Bay 1 and Tactical Bay 2. Good family area on the 100-yard line. Then there's the 25-yard pistol area with some targets, steel targets. We've got 5-stand sporting clays trap right here in the front by the main lodge, which is that building there. So that's the pro shop, that's the lodge, that's where you go to check in. Drive up to it. There's food, there's a couple bathrooms, all your pro shop stuff, guns, ammo, gear. And here we are inside. It's a pretty nice looking place, actually. Cedar walls, cool stuff. All right, up into the air. We can see this property. It's gorgeous. Gonna turn around and go to the rest of the complex that's right by the lodge. So a bunch of tactical bays over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8, including a few 100-yard ones, and then there's a bunch of new ones. So I think there's about a dozen bays now. Now we're following that road back to the front, to the left of it, coming straight up on the screen. That is a road that goes to another shotgun area. I guess they'd like to have competitions here. It's kind of like a 5-stand thing. There's 5 covered little bays right there. And there's a bunch of launchers, and they like to have events here, shooting 12 gauge, clay launching stuff. And then directly ahead, that tree dead center, the long range benches are underneath that tree. And they've got steel out to 600 yards. We'll check that out in a second. These bays they just added recently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of short tactical bays. You can rent these. It's very affordable. I was really surprised how inexpensive it is to rent a bay for an hour, take the family out. This one has some cool steel targets at the end of it. If you want to shoot the steel, there is a fee to shoot the steel. But other than that, the bays are surprisingly affordable. So turn back around. There's a couple 100-yard bays. Really good setup, nice berms all the way around. You can rent, by the way, at that lodge, machine guns and pistols and all sorts of other stuff, as you'd expect if you went to a shooting range. All right, we're going to head towards my favorite spot. This is the long range. So we're going to that little copse, how do you say that word? Copse of trees right there. And there are benches to sit at, covered, shaded. There's also a kind of an observation deck on top of the benches. I think there's 5 lanes down here with stools and everything you need. And then at 100 yards, there's paper targets so you can make sure that you're zeroed. And then here we go. There's steel at 200 yards, steel at 300 yards, 400 yards. I think you see where I'm going with this. 500 yards. And yes, what comes after 5, kids? That's correct. Good job. 600 yards. There's a piggy, there's some silhouettes, there's some big gongs that just sound awesome when you hit them at 600 yards and up into the air. Beautiful area in the Texas hill country. Just absolutely amazing. It's nice and green right now because I filmed this in, I guess, early fall is when I filmed this. It had just rained a bunch. Maybe it was the end of the summer. We had a little bit of rain. Now we're up on the hill at the Sporting Clays course. They have an 18-hole, 18-stage Sporting Clays course. Each one is covered. Each one has at least 2 launchers. You've got rabbits that bounce along the ground. You've got all sorts of different targets from turkey to, other bird simulators. You can rent golf carts if you want to drive the Sporting Clays course. But it's up on this ridgeline overlooking Marble Falls and the Texas Hill Country. And it is just absolutely beautiful. It is one of the prettiest Sporting Clays courses you'll find. Whoops, forgot to wrap that video up. Thanks for watching, y'all. That's Copperhead Creek Shooting Club in Marble Falls, Texas. where the Shooting News Weekly crew goes to do all of our testing and such. Sorry there's been no videos for a couple of weeks. I was in Africa doing some hunting, doing some safari stuff with Johan Petzer Safaris, and I've got a bunch of videos that will be coming for that. Hunted zebra and springbuck and blesbok and a giraffe, like a big giraffe. So that's coming up. Please subscribe. We'll see y'all here next time.